Oh man, my favorite time of the month, man. Making the tier 5 or the tier 0 through tier 5 tier list. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. I know a lot of people are about to blow up the comment section if this gets traction, of course. So before I even get into it, be sure to hit that sub button. Trying to reach 7,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You guys have been absolutely killing it. We've been growing like crazy. At this rate, we're gonna reach 7,000 subscribers probably by summer. I'm gonna be honest with you. So you guys have been just killing it, and grateful. I am eternally grateful to you guys. But oh man, it's time to get a little controversial on this video right here. So a lot of things have been changing recently in Grand Cross in terms of PvP. PVE, little changes here and there, not the biggest thing, because PVE in this game is trash, but PvP, woo, it's been wild. So I know a lot of people are about to be like, oh, BSG, don't do it, but I gotta do it, y'all. I gotta do it to him. So all right, before we get into the 2 new units, because this is a global tier 0 to tier 5 tier list, because I'm a global player, right? We are going to go ahead and see if there's some changes that need to be made, and I think there are going to be a little bit of changes that need to be made to this tier list. So all right, let's go ahead and let's start at the top with let's start at the bottom with tier 5, right? So tier 5, now you guys know how I feel about tier 5. These are like bottom of the barrel units that are actually some of the best subs or some of the best units that you could use in certain areas of content. Now this has changed. I actually think that Zeldris is off of here, and I think that my boy Helbram is off of here. I do think that, because these 2 units have unfortunately just not have been good. Zeldris can be good, but at this point in the game, like, he has no like usage at all. I'm gonna be honest with you, he just has none. Right, there's just no usage for him. There is actually one person that I want to add on here, though. There is one person I want to add on here, and I will go over that at the end if I remember. I will go over that at the end if I remember. So yeah, so tier 5, honestly, Death Pierce is here right now, but then we go to tier 4, and I actually am going to put Shin down here at tier 5. Shin can be a really good farming unit for certain modes, but he's shown age. Like, he's aging. Like, it is what it is. So Shin, my boy Shin, can just stay where he's at tier 5. I think that's fine. And then I'm also going to move Easton down to tier 5 as well. The reason why Easton isn't not even is still on this list, right, is because Easton does have a little bit of value in terms of her kit, because Easton can drain, Easton can also remove buffs, and then she's also pretty good for the whatchamacallit, for the not this Easton, what am I doing, not that Easton. She also is good for the catastrophe team that she can be ran on, right, for her passive. So she does have slight value, not completely garbage. I think that this right here, this buff, is really good, really strong. Her ult is her holy relic is too, but it does allow her to hit sort of kind of decent. So there you go. But she can also be good for a Bond team if you just started out. You got Bond and Arthur, you pulled Easton, you don't have Keo because maybe you started after the KOF KOF collab left, right? She's solid. She's good. She can remove Keo's buffs as well. She can drain. Like, she still has some type of value, right? Some type of value. But I do think that in terms of the tiers, like, she is at the bottom of the barrel, but she is useful, more so than many of the units in the game. All right, then we go to tier 4. So tier 4, I think I'm actually going to keep the same. I am going to keep this melee here for now. I think that he might go down, but we'll see what the next festival units looking like. But I think he's going to stay at tier 4 for now. I think he will go down next month I do this, for sure. Derriere, I would actually put Derriere above him, because Derriere is really good for Crimson Demon. It took me a while to accept this, but I think that Derriere is more valuable than this Meliodas for sure, because she is used in a strat for Halix that you can use to actually 3-turn him. So she is more valuable, I would say, in that regard. She can also just be good for guild boss. She can be good for final bosses in some scenarios. So I will leave her at tier 4, because she is one of of the better units in the game for sure, and that's not, you know, up for debate. Like Derriere, as old as she is, you know, she's still, for free to play players, like she can still actually have some usage. Not even gonna lie, I'm not even trying to meme her like that. Derriere is actually, you know, it relatively speaking for the units, it's not that bad. For real. Then we got Estarossa. He can say that, you know, I think he's, you could argue he's in tier 3, but I would keep him in tier 4 just because, I think that his stats are mediocre now. I think that he has shown age. I think that it's, you know, it's past his time, but he's still good for the stance team in the back for sure. Not gonna take away, you know, his overall, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'm not going to take away from him that he's still good on the stance team in the back for sure. He still has that in his back pocket. He does have, you know, full counter. As it's not as good as Chandler's, but it can still do work at rank 3 for sure. That is you know, an absolute W for him. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep him at tier 4 for now. We'll see if he moves up or down depending next month. Tier 3. So tier 3. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy, because tier 3, I feel like there are a lot of units in here that can go down. I'm not even gonna lie. I am going to move Arthur though. Let's start with Arthur. I'm gonna move him to tier 2 because he has a strat with the big bird that is just crazy for free-to-play players. Like, it is actually crazy. If you have Trader, Melly, Magelda, Arthur, and Matrona, he is actually like a beast of a unit. I'm not even gonna lie, he's actually a beast of a unit for sure. So I'm gonna move him up there. I'm gonna move Twigo down, I think. You could keep him here, but for me personally, I'm gonna move him down. Bond teams have not been really meta at all. I haven't really seen that many Bond teams. I run into a few here and there, but nothing that's really like, oh wow, Bond's here, well I lost, right? Because Trader Melly completely just dog shits on that team. Then you have King, who just is really good against that team as well. You just have a couple of units that just cuck him in general, right? Bond himself is good on the back because Bond himself, well, I wouldn't really say he's like, okay, he's good. I'm not gonna give him anything with that on the back of these teams, because a lot of people have been putting Bond on the back, so I'm just gonna give him, he's good. But his team itself, you don't really see Bond. You don't really see Bond teams anymore. You just don't. So for that, I am gonna leave Twigo actually in tier 4. I still think Twigo on Bond's team is a phenomenal, you know, addition to there. Like, he's kind of irreplaceable, to be honest with you. But you know, he obviously, when Bond's team is not meta, he is not meta. So the overall unit itself can go down to tier 4 for sure. Then we keep looking here. Jim, I'm gonna move him down to tier 4. I think Jim, it's time to accept that Jim is aging very fast, and he is not. I would actually argue that he's in tier 5. Actually, I think I am gonna leave him in tier 5. I do like Jim's kit, but as time goes on, Jim is just not good. Like, he's just not. Maybe Stranger Things will come back and he'll get a holy relic and then he'll be buffed up, right? So we'll see, because it happened with Kyo. So we'll see. Let's keep looking. Gonna move, I think you're fine at tier 3. Actually, I don't want to like completely dog show you. I am gonna move you past her. Gonna move you down. I'm gonna keep you here. Jericho's good for Belmoth, so I think she's solid. Escanor is still good. I'll put Escanor maybe right here now. And then these 3 are just actually crazy units for Belmont. Like, they're actually insane. Like, I don't think for a while they'll stay here, right? I don't think until we get a new strat for Belmont that they'll actually be moved from the top of tier 3, because Belmont is just such an irreplaceable piece of content that you need to do, right? You actually need to do Belmoth. There's this, it is what it is, right? You actually need to do it. So it's not like these 3 are like exceptionally good, but since they are the 3 main units for Belmoth, you do have to give them that, right? You do actually have to give them credit where it's due. Same thing for Thonar, which is why Thonar's still in tier 3. Thonar is absolute shit, but her passive is so good, and it's like essential for the runs that she needs to be in tier 3 at all times because of that, until we get a new unit, of course, right? So tier 3 is looking pretty damn solid for me personally. Then we get to tier 2. So tier 2, I would put Blue Derriere. I would put her right here behind Green Arthur. I think that Derriere is still really good. She has shown age, but I think she's still good. Rem, same thing. I put her behind Green Arthur. 11. Um, this is it's tough, man. Actually, I think I would put 11 right here. I think so, yeah. I mean, it's just the fact that Green Arthur and the team that he's with for Belmoth, or not Belmoth, for the Big Bird is just so good. It really is good for, you know, players that don't have like Margaret or Brunhild, and they just for some reason summon for, you know, Magelda. I mean, Magelda's good, but without these strategies, and she didn't, you know, it's been what, 2 months before Trader Melly came out, and then you summon for her. Like, I mean, yeah, she's for the Big Bird, but she had no team really. She had no synergy. So, but now since Trader Melly is here, her team is just insane. It's crazy how much he got buffed up. So I am gonna keep him here. I would argue that honestly, you could argue that he's right here. You actually could. I think there is arguments for him being here. I think that Valenti's good. I'm gonna move Ludo at the bottom of tier 2 though. I think I am. I don't want to move him down to tier 3 because tier 3 is just pretty much like Belmoth slash Halox or Big Bird, right? Big Bird units. And Ludo, as shafted as he got, if you did work on Ludo and you have him like at 61k, because he can't, I don't think he can go past 61k. I think he actually caps at 61k, right? But he is still, I would say he's solid. We'll definitely say he's still solid. Is he a behemoth of a unit? No, but he's still solid, right? So I would keep him here. Then you have Magelda. I am definitely moving Magelda up tier to tier 2. Actually, you know what? We're gonna see if she's up there at tier 1. But Christmas Liz. I think I might have her a little too high. Personally, I think I might. I'm gonna move her right here. Maybe, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna move her here. I'm gonna actually move her down to tier 3. I think that she's garbage. Let's be real, she's garbage. But on the back, she's insane for time limited dungeons. But really, how important is a time limited dungeons for many players? Like, not a lot of people that I talk to about the game, but like, oh wow, I can't wait to do time limited dungeons every day for, you know, until I get as much as I can, right, for items and stuff like that. No, like, no one cares about Christmas Liz. She's definitely good on the back, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to devalue her at all, but no one cares about her. that's the simple fact that nobody cares about her until we get a new time limited dungeon. She's gonna probably be in tier 3 until then, right? So it is what it is. But I definitely have you too high. I'm gonna move you probably. I feel comfortable putting you here. Here. I feel comfortable putting Halloween Slater here. He's definitely good and he's solid for sure. You know, he has nullification, then he can disable pretty much everything but attack skills. Really good, don't get me wrong. The problem with that is the fact that he has no good DPS, and also he does get hit hard. It is what it is. He gets hit too hard. His passive is so weird because he reduces crit damage by 80%, but you don't feel like the passive itself is that good or in effect. Like, you just, I'm a Slayer. Like, you don't feel like it's actually like procced for some reason, right? You actually feel like it's not there. Like, it actually doesn't work. So again, he reduces crit damage by 80%. You just don't feel like it works. But then he also increases allies attack by 10%, so that is good. It's like a little buff that he gets on the side, sort of like Sigurd. But I just feel like he's not the craziest unit ever. Plus, both of his skills are single target, which can actually like not be that good. But yeah, he could definitely like be useful for sure. I feel like this right here is so bad. Like, his Holy Relic actually has no value at all. Maybe in PVE for the boost later, but for him, it just has no value at all, like whatsoever. Crit chance at 30%. No, it's just really bad. So we're gonna leave him here. The Drolls are fine, I think, where they're at. Ayuri, I would argue Ayuri's actually below Arthur too. And then not Trader. You got Lostbane. I think he's fine. Brunhild. I think that they're both competing with each other, to be honest with you. I think so. We'll see how next month looking. I'm gonna put Brynhild above Magelda though. I am. And then I'm gonna leave Omega Rule maybe right here. Right here. I think I'm gonna do this. I like this. Top of tier 2, these units, I think that's fine. I would actually see the Big Bird is such a, like, it does impact this tier list a lot, as almost as much as maybe as much as PvP, but I would say that Lost Stream would probably be below. just because the team comp with Magelda, Arthur, Matrona, and Darkness, I'm gonna call him Darkness Melee just so that way no one gets confused, right? With Darkness Melee, it's just so strong, man. It's just so strong. It's really crazy. All right, let's go to tier 1. Tier 1, any real big changes that need to be made? Okay, let's see. We go through. I'm gonna put you. I'm actually gonna put you here. I actually would put you right here. Halloween Matrona, I'm gonna put her right here. That's fine. I'm gonna move Blue King probably down to tier 2. Tier 2 is fine. Yeah, maybe at the bottom tier 2. I'm thinking like all of these units are so good for something in some way, and then Blue Fairy King is not that good anymore, right? He doesn't do anything. He heals, petrifies, sure, he does, you know, that, but he's not that good. He's just not, like, it is what it is. He's just not that good. I'm gonna move you down here. Red Arthur, what are you? Red Arthur's still solid right there. Merlin is cracked, bro. Merlin is actually cracked. I'm gonna put you, do I put you above Bond? Yeah, I'm gonna put her up. I'm gonna put her probably like right. I'm gonna just keep moving Merlin up here. Merlin actually, well, Merlin's good. So Merlin, yeah, I'm gonna put Merlin right here. No, I can't put her above Sigurd. There's no fucking way. There's like no way I could do that. There's no way I could keep Sigurd above Merlin. There's just no way. I could actually put Amelia above Merlin, but I think I like this for sure. I do think I like this. Oh my god, you belong here with Lilia. I think Lilia is stronger than Merlin, but either of these units go first and each of these units are dead. That's literally how it is, right? If either of these units go first, the other unit is dead. That's how it goes. But I think Lilia is better. I just personally, I think that Lilia is better than Merlin. I love Merlin to death. I think Merlin has better team comps than Lilia, but Lilia's damage is just so fucking amazing, bro. Like, it's crazy. But definitely Merlin has a lot more support for sure. Anyone else that we need to move? I'm not a huge fan of Margaret, so I'm not being biased. I'm not a huge fan of Margaret, but I do think Merlin is better than Margaret, because again, Margaret's use, well, no, I can't do that. I actually can't do that because she's still good for the Big Bird. So I'm gonna leave her here, and I'm gonna put Gother probably around here. I think that this is really good. Personally, I think that this is really good. Bond's fine. Terry's fine. I actually would keep Terry above Bond for now. And then Sariel, I would argue Sariel's like right here. Like right here now. I think Sariel's still really, really good, but I don't think he's that crazy. Yeah, and then of course Matrona for the Big Bird. You honestly could argue that Matrona could be like right around here. You actually could argue that because of her usage for the Big Bird, but I feel like these units, many people play PvP more than they actually play the Big Bird. I feel like that is true. Like, that is true. A lot of people play PvP more than the Big Bird because they can't beat it. They literally can't beat the Big Bird, right? Next month Matrona probably will be higher though. I'm not gonna cap. Next month she probably will. But I think that this is fine. Like right here, I actually think that this is good. I want to move you down, actually. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I do want to move you down. This is better. This is perfect. This is actually pretty good. Small Wings King is so bad, but he's really good for super weighted farming, super weighting coin farming, right? So I'm gonna leave him there. Anyone else that I really think that isn't that great? No, I think this is fine. Maybe I'll move you right here. Yeah, but other than that, I think this is fine. I think this is actually solid. Yeah, I'll probably move you here. But yeah, all right, this is good. This is. I like this. I like this a lot. And then tier 0. Oh my God, Meliodas. Oh boy. Oh my God. I can't remember why you were up here in the first place. I really can't. Oh, cause King. That's why. But where do I want to put Melly? Put him right here. Put him right here. Yeah, I'll put you right there, Melly. Definitely not the craziest unit in the world, but I don't think he's as bad as people like say he is. I think a lot of people like to, you know, like to over exaggerate how bad he is, because he's not really that bad, right? He's actually not that bad. Of course, he can get like cream pied by Traitor Melee or Darkness Melee, whatever you call him, right? He could get cream pied by certain units, but he's not that bad. Like, he's actually not that bad. People just like to over exaggerate a lot. But yeah, this is good. I like this tier. Really strong. Really strong. And then tier 0. Let's not even beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush here. The tier 0, I feel like Gother actually might just be right here. I don't think he's tier 0. I think Keo's tier 0 for sure. Keo is in pretty much every comp that I meet in PvP, right? Zeldris on the back too. I would argue, yeah, Zeldris on the back might be right around here. Yeah, he's in the middle. I like that. Yeah, he's in the middle of these two units. You could say that this is fine, but I personally feel like Zeldris on the back is just so good. Not only for this comp right here, but just for other teams with Keo in general. I feel like Zeldris is really good. King is in tier 0 for sure. What's his face? Keo's in tier 0 for sure. Are these three the only one in tier 0? People are gonna come at me in the comments for this. I already know they are, but I definitely feel like these three might be the only ones in tier 0. Could I argue Merlin is in tier 0? I could. I actually could argue that. If anyone tries to argue with me on Merlin being or not being tier 0, I think I actually could argue that. Yeah, I honest to God think I could. I would actually put her up. Yeah, like I think I would honestly argue that. King's still really good. Could I put Lilia in tier 0 for PvP? I don't. No. That might be too. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I think I'll keep her at the top of tier 1 though. I could argue that. Keo for sure is at tier 0. Just a really good unit for PvP. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. But everyone uses him. Merlin, I could argue, is definitely. Actually, I'll put Merlin in the back. I definitely could argue that. Like, this is a really hard tier 0 option. You could even say that the only tier 0 units in the game are these two, and I wouldn't be mad. But I do feel like a lot of people underrate Merlin. For sure. I feel like a lot of people underrate Merlin. I feel like they don't give her the respect that she deserves. I feel like Keo is just so goddamn irreplaceable for certain team comps, for like Traitor Melee, King, a couple others, Lilia. So he's been in pretty much two metas, two heavy metas that he's been in. So I'm definitely gonna give him that. Yeah, I think this is tier 0 for sure. Yeah, I like that. And then this new Sario, man. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna leave him here. I think I'm gonna leave him here. I'll be honest with you. I like him. I like Sario, but I do not think that he is like the craziest unit in the world. I don't think so. I feel like they just built him like weird. Me personally, I think he's weird, right? Because he has this passive that only affects, you know, the Archangel allies. Then it works with every buff effect. So obviously they meant for it to be sort of used against Melee, but at the same time against Margaret, maybe even Bond and Elizabeth, but mainly probably Melee. He has an AoE cleave, which in itself probably won't hit that hard because you're not getting rank 3s all the time, right? You're not getting rank 3s all the time. You're just not. Most of the time you'll see rank 1 and then occasionally you'll see rank 2. But I definitely think they built him weird. Taunt, very, very powerful at rank 3. But on rank 2, I would say it's solid for sure. But on rank 1, it's just so bad. Like, it is actually one of the worst taunts I think in the game on rank 1, because he's not a unit that has damage. He's not a unit that has base damage. His damage comes from his cleave, but this is never going to crit. 20% crit chance, it's legitimately never going to crit, right? So you're looking at base damage with Sario, and that's not good. Like, that's not good at all in the slightest. Again, like I said, rank 2 becomes solid, and then rank 3 it's really good because it increases damage damage dealt and then reduces damage taken by 60%. Then he's dealing damage with the counters. Like, then it's good. Then it's really good, right? But you're not going to see this a lot. You're just not. Let's be real. This grace is more so gonna be useful for units that are actually meta heavy for crit chance and crit damage, like Trader Melee. So if you use this with Trader Melee against another Trader Melee, like, that's when it's gonna be pretty solid. But on him itself, really it's only affecting his cleave card. That's it. And that's not that crazy. Again, this procs with every counter too. So every time you counter, this will proc. So that is good, right? You will get this to proc, and you'll get crit damage up to 240%. Not 240%, my bad, 40%, which will get you over 200%, right? Crit chance easily. But at the same time, it's like, is it really going to hit that hard? Because he has no DPS, right? He just doesn't. With both of these maxed out, you will probably do a really good amount of damage with rank 2 cleave. Again, rank 3 cleave, they're going to just get slaughtered. When his passive and his grace are maxed out, rank 3 cleave will probably destroy the entire battle, like the entire field, potentially. And then you have the stance, rank 3, yeah, they're dead, right? They're dead. But most of the time, you're looking at it from a casual perspective. He's not going to be that crazy. He's just not. But I definitely think that he is still solid for sure for PvP. But that's it. That's really all I can give him. Outside of PvP, not really that crazy. Maybe you could use him in Big Bird. I don't think you can. I definitely don't think you can. But maybe there might be a crazy person who uses him and the Big Bird, or maybe he'll be good for potentially the next demonic beast. I don't know. Or maybe he'll be a good filler, or not filler, a good support unit for the next festival unit. We don't know, but I definitely think I'm gonna move him probably down for next month's tier list for sure. But I like this. I definitely like this. Oh, I remember the unit. The next unit I want to actually add to this, crazy as it sounds, and I'm not joking, crazy as it sounds, I actually do want to add Brawler Bond. I do actually want to add Brawler Bond to this. I can't add it, but I'm gonna add him next time. But Brawler Bond, I would actually put at the tier 3. I think I would put him at the bottom of tier 3, maybe tier 4, because he does have a strat as well for the Big Bird, and I want to make a video on that. I actually do want to make a video, but I have to confirm it myself. But I have seen videos of him being used in the Big Bird, and I think that with him, it is possible to actually beat floor 3. So many of the people who are having trouble, I feel like Bond might actually be, again, crazy as it sounds, Bond might actually be an option. It's crazy. So he might be at the bottom of tier 3, tier 4 next video. But he is one of the units that I did want to add on here, but I just can't right now, right? So yeah, this is it. This is definitely the tier list that I feel comfortable with for this month. Like I said, a lot of changes, man. There has been a lot of changes to the list, different from last month. So let me know what you guys think. I think this is, this is solid. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, BS, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. I know, I already know how the comment section is going to look, but yeah, let me know how you guys like the tier list. What would your personal tier list look like? What units would you place up or down? I'm very curious, but yeah, that's going to be it in the video. Thanks for watching.